Okay. Okay. 7:30. Let me call the Town of Washington ZBA regular monthly meeting to order. Okay. On tonight's agenda, we've got the old business of approving the minutes, and then we've got the application from last month that didn't have a public hearing, that now has the public hearing on South Road, 78 South Road, I believe it is, for an area variance. And if I'm not mistaken on that one, we've got to look at the variances. There's a question of a special permit for that, and then it would go to the planning board for site board approval. And then the second one is on 234 Hanford Road for a solar panels, ground mounted, that would have to meet the zoning code for some setbacks for the solar panels. So with that, the minutes from last month, any questions, improvements, suggestions, anything?
I have nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Frank, seconded by Tate, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Okay, Michael, if you're covering the 78 South Road, want to come up? The other people want to bring their chairs up, you're welcome. No.
Each at a time.
Sure.
Thank you.
You want to lay it out for us, Michael, the map?
Same one. Hello, I'm Michael Sloan from Sloan Architects. Here to discuss the 70 South Road proposed addition.
Why don't you just orient everybody? I'm not sure everybody
Yeah,
knows
sure.
exactly.
So this is South Road, Tyrell Road that goes up to towards the Farm Center.
Yep.
44. And then with Tyrell Road, which I believe is a dead end.
In
No, it goes to Rock Creek, Industry, and Pleasant Valley.
So this house itself is
1780 or so.
1780.
Yes.
is, and so, and then there was a 80s, early 80s edition and 80s edition.
Is that Tommy Johnson's old house?
Yeah, that's it. Tommy Johnson's old house, exactly. And so this section and the stone terrace all exist today, and this walkway actually is, we in this project to basically take the same walkway, moved it from here to here. Because what we're proposing is right now the house does not have a garage. And this, the parking area, all of this today, so we're not creating new parking or any new driveway entrances or anything of that nature. But we like to be at the elevation and the location of the house being obviously, you know, back then they like to build houses right next to the road in 1700s. So we're proposing the addition here is because everywhere else on the property, the grading off the road is very steep. And this is really the only place without regrading or getting into difficulties or being extremely far away, because the property actually does extend a bit down, becomes an extreme challenge to build a garage for the house. The other thing, the house, on top of the garage, we're proposing to do a kitchen too, because right now there's a very small kitchen right here in the house. And so the project is pretty much 2-car garage, a kitchen up, and a small home office right here and a pantry right here. The other problem with the house is being that the original entry is here. It's kind of a symbolic entry because everybody that uses this house comes up this stone walkway and enters the house here. So we're actually this is just creating a vestibule for one, protect yourself from rain, and two,
Start video
just
participants.
instead of having the door open right into
They don't
the
have any way to get the sound to come on. More
that's all that.
apps, captions, missed settings, background effects, whiteboard. Disconnect audio.
Well, I can't hear you. They're all looking around at the camera.
Yeah, well, okay.
So because of where the house was located in the current zoning setbacks, which we show here, basically the whole house is entirely existing precondition, non-conforming, within the setbacks of the property. One of the reason we actually put the house here was, the addition here was because one, we're not encroaching any more than the existing houses, because obviously the closest point, from Brian.
I'm not getting that. And we could listen to the sound and then lose the picture again.
Man, let's see what they're doing.
Yeah.
The guy didn't mute himself. He has to mute at his end.
Oh, I muted him.
Okay,
Sorry, Mike.
Right, so, the existing corner of the house is 15 feet, 8 inches off the road. By nestling it into the little bank right here that off of the house, it enables two things. One, it really dramatically reduces visually the size of the addition because it's building into a bank. So really the only thing you're going to see is just from the front, the higher structure, but right away, even this wall and all this wall, it's sloped right up to grade on the backside. The other aspect is it minimizes obviously excavation and work of that nature. And we're obviously not getting any closer to the road for this location too. The other aspect is, as you know, there's a stream that comes along here and turns tributary to the Wappingers Creek. Right here, which is dashed in. This line is the approximate line of vegetative soils of where, wetlands would be potential, I'll call it, because it has not been delineated by at this time. So what we're trying to do here is keep it the whole project away from that. As we see, we have 112 feet. And then two, there is another, this is when I say a wet area, that's just more of the water that collects off the road in a little spot right there. Otherwise than that, it's very dry. There's a lot of shale on the hill right there. Let's see what else on this project. What we're trying to do is pretty much minimize the impact visually and how much on the landscape. Like I said before, the main thing is we looked at other locations and put in the garage, and it just hits something everywhere else you put it in terms of negative impact, I'll call it. The architectural character of it is to be pretty much in keeping with the house, meaning the house itself has a stone veneer foundation on this side of the house, and that would just continue around. Where that you can see it, and then up above would be continuation of the clapboard siding, the same roof system of the gable of the house.
Okay, the distance now from the nearest point of the addition to the road would be what,
35 feet.
35.31, yeah.
35.1,
0.31.
0.31. So you're really talking about a 64.7 front yard variance.
Correct.
Okay. And the square footage of the area of the house right now,
All that's up here. This dialog box is. So the total square footage. I'll break it all the way down. The original house is 2,600 square feet.
but when you say the original house,
That's what it was in 1971? 371.
371.
we go back to 71 on the 25% rule.
Yeah, yes, we take I think it's a square foot of the house as it exists in 71.
Okay,
According to the memo here, it's a 651 square foot permitted by the existing square footage of 25%, and the addition here is under that number.
yeah, but if you did another addition, then it should be included in the 25% rule.
No, the original home pre-71 was 2,604 square feet.
Oh,
The house today is almost 4,000 square feet.
So you're saying it's 4,765 right now?
Yes.
But I think the 25% increase is only $2,600, 2,600 square
So
foot, not the
even-
41.
That was the discussion. So how we were told that it's since the 1986 was actually built and completed prior to the passing of the zoning law. We're not allowed to use that square footage, but it doesn't have to comply because it was pre-existing to the zoning law. But we would use the 2,600 for the basis of this new addition,
Or 25%.
for the 25%.
Yeah, right.
650 square feet.
That's the way I understand it. And you're
And
just
that-
under
And well, that's
foot.
why we made sure it was.
1 foot.
That's how we designed it.
We needed a tiny square, because that's all we can do.
Right.
Okay,
Put a coat rack there.
then we only need the front yard variance, not
Yeah, and a special permit for the,
the site plan. Okay,
And on a needs perspective, we're living in Millbrook full time. And we just don't have a parking garage, and we have, cars, and it's become problematic. And, we love the house, we restored the house from its, former ugliness with vinyl siding and other windows. And, whoever comes out to see it, you'll see that we've done, beautiful clapboard siding and new windows, and we took down the old fences, and our neighbors do appreciate, we restored the house. So this is kind of a furtherance of that effort. When the addition is made, it'll look like it was part of the original home, and enhance the visual effect of it. And that's our intention here. My wife is a designer, and I'm a commercial real estate developer. This is a restoration project for us, and continuing that effort.
where's the well, Michael, in the septic field? Septic tank. Not approaching on either, I hope.
Now, well, the septic field though. Yeah.
It's in that vicinity, but I think that septic is a very old system, and the likelihood is we're gonna be upgrading it and putting a new septic in at the time this work is done.
The well. The well is back.
Back
Up
there.
So, yeah, this house has a very old. Typically what I find especially on South Road, past projects, they tend to be old drywall systems.
septic lagoon or. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We actually did a well, and nothing came back from the health department.
Not surprising.
Yes, that's on basically on South Road. I rarely get anything back on the older houses.
I'm not sure, but you're probably gonna need that when you go for site plan at the planning board.
Probably have to have it placed on the map.
Yeah.
And you're probably, if they're gonna place it on the map, they're gonna have to, if they're gonna upgrade it, they're gonna go to county health too, though.
Well, we're not, adding a bedroom or anything. County health won't kick in because we're not adding any sleeping
I understand.
bedrooms. I mean, the only thing we've done with county health before is, when we do have an old house.
I'll tell you what,
They've
When-
designed.
why don't you check
designed-
with Jim
Yeah.
on that, to double?
Yeah.
Make sure. before
I've been
you
down
go.
that road with that
Okay,
several times on South Road.
okay. Sounds good. Any other questions?
No, I don't have other questions, no.
Katie, any other? Alan?
I don't have any questions.
Okay,
Thank you.
then can I have a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Motion by Frank, seconded by Katie, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously.
Anybody from the public?
Back in the back, you got any questions?
Well, I'm in support of them doing this for its minimum impact on the current house. I plow the driveway and shovel the walk, not having the cars out in the driveway would help. And that's really bad.
Or self-interest.
They have done a great job with the house and, a nice house like that, as a garage would be good.
Yeah.
Howard, see you.
That's a nice change.
Howard, see you.
I think you said it, I don't hear it so well.
That's existing.
Everything is outside the wetland buffers and so on.
Yeah.
That was Susie.
My only
Yeah.
question.
We're elevated,
He's a date.
kind of elevated where the house is and the
What's that?
wetland.
He used to date him.
Feet
We're
below,
talking
on the side of the street.
long time.
He's beyond the 100 feet. He's beyond the 100 feet. He's 115.
It doesn't have any branches left. It's
You
a
don't
stump,
get any sort of like
very tall stump.
material put in when you're doing the
So it's going to get rid of it.
runoff coming down that slope.
Again, we're on this side of the road from the wetlands. The wetlands are on that side of the
I
street.
understand, but
And we're
this
highlighted that
question,
way.
and normally on the site plans, put in the construction, they put in the buffers, not the buffers, the.
The barriers.
The
barriers.
the structure that you put around to prevent anything running off when you're doing the project.
Right, soil retention and sediment control.
Yep.
So that would be on the site plan. Good, that's my only question. Good luck with
You
it.
guys haven't made application to planning board yet, right?
No, we actually have it all done, but we
Oh.
wanted to meet with you.
Okay.
It's actually completed.
Okay. Okay, can I have a motion to close the public hearing then?
So moved.
Anybody
From
on
Green?
Zoom?
Nope. I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion by Frank, seconded by Katie, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried unanimously. Okay,
I would make a motion that we classify this application as a type 2 action under seeker.
I'll second that. Motion by Frank, seconded by the chair, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried unanimously. Okay, we need a motion to, for 64.7 front yard setback
Yeah,
variance.
I would make a motion that we approve front yard setback in the amount of 64.7 feet.
Motion by Frank, second by Katie, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried unanimously.
Lastly, I would make a motion that we grant a special permit for the increase in the size of the home with the proposed addition of 650 feet. And that's computed by 25% of the house as it existed in 1971 at 2,604 feet. And the 650 feet is below that number.
Petition on the planning board with the site plan approval.
Correct.
Motion by Frank, seconded by Katie. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously.
You're done with that?
You're good to go to the planning board.
Okay, thank
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you all.
You too. Good luck with the project.
Thanks. Yes.
Okay.
Heather, why don't you come up? Join us.
Yep.
Hey, was your grandfather Beverly Davidson?
Yes.
I used to fish his pond as a kid.
I fished it a lot as a kid.
Yeah, I did. He gave me, my parents made me call him up on the phone. Not him, your grandmother. Go ask
Which
Mrs.
pond? The pond below?
Way up behind, way up in the back.
Hi, how are you?
But I mean,
I used to walk across, my parents were friends with Alex Ewing, so we used to walk across his field.
okay, so the
Oh,
pond with the
you
little
let her
island
have.
center. So that was bought by John Bruno, who's passed away now. And then I used to go up there and fish with him.
Yeah,
I took my kids up there and fished it.
yeah.
I'm actually renovating the main old farmhouse right now.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
About, gonna start construction.
That was the way to cancel any shyness in me growing up was you go do it. Cause Alan Dorr used to plow our vegetable garden. I guess he was the caretaker.
He was the caretaker, yeah. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, Mike. As you can see, we don't bite, so.
If you don't. Good evening.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you? For your time today.
Okay.
Wait. I'll have you click it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go right ahead.
You've got
Where you
a
want. Tell us
map
what you-
of What you're doing?
Yep.
Sure, okay. So my name's Heather Blakely, I'm an owner and my husband's from Lynch, Zoom. We purchased the house in 2017 and starting our family, kids, like school, elementary school. And we're really enthused and, looking for a long time at how we can incorporate solar, and sustainable energy systems and, with the rebates going on, incentives going on, this work financially. And our house is old. It's really portion of it was built in 1834. And as you can see, it's a very strange lot configuration. We actually own two parcels, but the solar panels that we're proposing as a ground mount, due to the fact that our roof on the end of its life and needs some replacement at some point, but there's other chimney structures on there, but particularly there's two really, maybe three significant old sugar maple trees that really just add the character, the historic character to the house and the property. The solar companies, first thing they ask, are you gonna cut those down? No, thank you. They are a sustainable way of sending natural shade and cooling to the house. We don't have central AC. We don't know what that would do to our energy bill as it is. Drastically change it and, we'd have to, I don't know how many more solar panels we'd have to add. So do the non-conforming lot, I believe the lot that we're trying to put the parcels on is the minimum of a 200-foot width consistently, because it's also split across Stanford Road, especially in the front facing Route 44. It's less than 200 feet, and then it just tapers down from there. So it doesn't meet consistently the minimum 200 foot in any instance there. And we're trying to site it in the rear of the property where it can't be seen from the roads. And given we have a corner lot, we're right there. But with the thick vegetation, we have a lot of hedgerows around and
And it slopes right on one side.
it slopes,
It's
yeah,
got to go up.
as you go down to Stanford Road, we have a red barn on the east side of the road, and it's actually a good slope. It's about 8 to 10 foot. We took pictures all along very aggressively. There's one spot where you can just stand at the driveway and peer in, and we flagged the the solar panel system, with some stakes.
What is it, in the corner of the shed and the hedgerow?
It's, so on the,
I'm
like,
trying to.
plan. This is the plan from the solar company. A little bit small on my printout. So it's in the rear, and this is kind of the underutilized space. Actually, let me show our,
Is it this?
okay, yeah. This doesn't show the barn, but
Right,
the barn's here.
right.
If, so this is far in the back, it doesn't interrupt our use of the main core of the property. It's not in the front yard, it's where it could be more visible. It's close to, depending on how you calculate it, I think it's even 300 feet to the middle of 44. Though because of these narrow, the whole width is less than 200 feet from side to side. That's why we're asking for two variances. We own the parcel up here on the north end, so it's, I don't think we need a variance from ourselves, so it's considered, I think, in the energy code law,
Okay.
part of
So
the
you're
thing.
pulling your driveway. The barn's there, your other parcel you own is here. So
Right.
your house.
Up Stanford Road, right?
Right, the first is
Mhm.
right there,
Right,
because I've been there before, so that's why I'm trying to,
okay,
yeah.
Gary pulling
So
the
you're trying
driveway
to put it up and back.
up in the back. It's almost as far as you can get it to the wood line. Before we-
Because then it starts coming down.
Right, then it comes back down, but, Stanford Road on the other side. This has more vegetation on it and. So we do propose to put some more shrubs just to kind of green that gap. That you're expanding it outside of our driveway. Really looking in, and but that's still quite a,
What kind of shrubs are you talking about putting?
these are, you know, viburnum shrubs, they're native, they grow quite robustly in a few years, so and they're multi-stem, so they're very thick, thick stems, they're not evergreen because it's not really, it's kind of an odd place to put evergreens right under another large maple. But it's pretty much screening views from maybe close to 200 feet away.
But what's gonna happen in the winter time?
Well, these will drop leaves, but they'll still screen. It won't be an opaque wall, but it'll be screening based on all the little branches that are remaining. That's what really diffuses the view.
There's not much of a view there.
It's hard to see it.
You can't really see the house if you're flying past. Even.
Right.
You even see it from from Sanford Road.
You can't even, and none of you're standing like right up at the end of our driveway.
It's what that's what it's asking.
Yeah, the deer ate all my viburnum, so that's what I'm asking.
Oh, yeah. Really been a problem. We planted some a couple years ago.
Are they already planted?
We have some around our house, just the yard in general. So that is our application.
What's the setback?
It's a R2,
Mhm.
okay, so.
Setback's supposed to be 100, I think.
From the solar energy code.
Side yards, I think, is 50. But it's the setback by code or 100.
R2 in the front is 75 from the road. Each side is 50. And the back is 50. So
So the energy code requires, oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
so where are you exactly?
We're 88 feet.
In the front?
the side off of Stanford Road.
No. That would, your driveway is here, right?
Right, so that's Stanford Road there,
So that.
That would be the front.
right, that's the front,
Oh,
so that would be 11 point.
No,
Right?
no, front is 75, so they don't need a variance there.
The front.
Okay. And the back then
it's
is
25 foot.
25. So you need a 25-foot variance in the back. And then to your next property over here,
That's the side yard,
It's about 60.
but I think it's the setback is 50 feet or 100 feet, whichever is greater. So I think it's 100 under the solar law.
it's gotta be 100 on all.
100 on all, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
So the side's 100.
so if it's 100 on all, then the front has gotta be 100. The back. If it's gotta be 100 on all the three sides.
It could be on the parcel on the north.
Doesn't matter, it's separate parcel. Technically, you could sell that since you didn't merge it.
Yeah, it's a separate
Mhm.
tax ID number.
Or I think in the energy code, it states that even adjoining parcels, they count as continuous. I'll have to look it up again, but I'm pretty sure in the energy code specifically, it says that.
Based on some of the comments from AKRF, it looks like you need to clarify what some of the setbacks are gonna be because there's a few discrepancies. The letter we received from Mr. Battistoni indicated that there was certain distances from the eastern property line that were different from what was indicated. And they requested that, and I kind of agree with them, that if you should clarify the proposed setbacks and add those setbacks to the screening plan. Did you receive their comment?
I've not.
Oh,
Where it says all ground mounted solar energy systems for residential property shall have a minimum setback of the greater of 100 feet or the setback required by the zoning code.
So it's 100 for every side.
So it's 100 for every side. Okay,
So the front need a variance of 25 feet, right?
no, front was 88,
88,
88 2. So it would be 11, 10.
11.8.
No, it's inches in inches. It's not I'm sorry,
Is that feet or inches? Oh, it's inches.
that's inches.
Yeah,
It's inches.
Oh,
Okay.
that's.
In the back is 25 foot, 4 inches. So that would be 74, 8 inches.
is that the side?
That's the back.
Okay,
And the
side,
side is 59, 11 inches. So 40.1 inch.
Yep.
1 inch. The other part of the code talks about any property within 300 feet of the systems needs approval from those property owners if there's a possibility if they're visible. We've got 2 flagged lot driveways alongside and Harry's garage uphill. So
Mhm.
to me, to be on the safe side, I'd be looking for letters from those 2 parties.
One of the flag lots is Battistoni's
Yeah.
property,
Mhm.
then the one over. Yeah, okay. So you're looking at 2 properties.
Yes,
Yeah.
we've got Battistoni's
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
Harry's Garage.
and then Harry's Garage.
across the street.
No, not
Up the street.
Up the street, up the street. Right.
Yeah, after Battistoni, you got, Millions
Or,
is the name.
Technically, if they can see it any place from their property,
okay. So should I get, should I just get permission?
I would just be on the safe side.
That helps.
It helps.
Okay,
Okay.
Good neighborly thing.
sure. Yeah, we reached out to the adjacent because we see them go.
He's right there.
Right.
Okay.
We can only see Harry's Garage.
The other issue that I'm personally concerned about is the screening. If you're just using, I'll say summer shrubbery, that somehow it will be visible in photos.
Yeah, the code says the systems must be screened and not visible from the public highway or other parcels. And if you got something like deciduous plants where they're gonna lose their leaves, you could see it. I have to agree with you on that, John. Is there something you can put in like, some type of ferns or something that won't lose its leaves?
So I submitted some photos from all around and here's how we marked the erect inclusion. So, you know, visible tape, orange and yellow. If we're starting north on Stanford Road, you know, this is really, and it's the grade too. So the only spot you can really see it is if someone were to be standing really parked in our driveway. If you're driving by, it's really difficult to, you have to be knowing what you're looking for to be able to see it. And so that spot is I can't even see it. The page, it says viewpoint 4 and 5. So from here, and I even zoomed in.
What is the market?
So this is from the bottom of our driveway.
Yeah.
And they're
Back there.
back here.
Yeah.
Somewhere back. And I'm aware of, you know, deciduous trees, and so the proposed shrubbery would conceal, and you can actually see the other shrubs, but when you're planting a shrub that's very vigorous, it's throwing a lot of stems, and that acts as a screen, even if the leaves are down. It's not like a tree where, you know, you can see under a trunk, through the canopy, under the canopy. So the density, and we have so many layers of various layers of vegetation, it's I feel that's more than sufficient to completely screen from any possible view. Along 44, it's thick. It's 10 feet deep of shrubs and thicket.
Even hard to see Battistone driving from that. You're going down those two driveways. You know.
Yeah.
There.
I know it's hard to see the driveways, but technically, if you're driving up the driveway, can you see down into where the array is?
That's why we reached out to
Battistoni.
Just see.
Okay. I guess I'm hung up on screening because we've had 2 cases of solar panels being visible.
Mm-hmm.
So I would reach out to them and get.
the additional neighbors.
She did good. Guess with the leaves coming down, I guess I'd like to see some more photos this time of year without the leaves on the trees from Stanford Road. Am I the only one?
No, I concur with that, and take a look when the leaves are down. The opportunity is very shortly to be with us, so
Yeah.
I concur.
I just
Okay.
seen it.
Would you be willing to put in like small, pine trees up here, what are they called, eastern, whatever, I mean,
Maybe
like
even
small, thick pine trees
arborvitae's
that
or
don't get
something.
huge. Forget what they're
And they grow
called.
fast.
Yeah,
Years to get sun.
we'd have to think about how to, where to locate them without, maybe, and yeah, or some, evergreen, like a inkberry or, holly. Well, we can think of what those are. It wouldn't really be in keeping with this open pastoral though. Yeah, I think, we're trying to maintain a open feel inside the boundary.
I'm not in any means an expert, but forsythia grows quickly. And since it's so dense, it really, and the way it reflects when there's light, that it also can be effective. I'm not an expert in this field, but I have used forsythia to block areas, so. And it grows quickly and it doesn't grow high.
Right.
They can trim it too.
Yeah, and you can trim it.
And you use the trimmings to plant more.
Yeah.
Those things go crazy.
Okay.
We can even take photos of our other recent viburnums, which we feel can do the same, achieve the same thing, which is what we're proposing for here. Or if you wanted to come to the site as well and see how dense. We're happy to schedule something.
Okay. Sounds like we're carrying it over to the next time. Anyhow.
Heather. Good. Can you just confirm that there is no battery?
There's no matter.
Okay, and the maximum height with the tilt is under the 12 feet.
Yes.
I was gonna make that part of the motion, those two items, when we get to that stage. Good points.
Can I, sorry, it's echoing. Could I jump in for 1 sec? First, Megan, thank you for bringing those points up. And I may have missed something because I'm having some volume issues. Would it be possible if, sorry, the echo, would it be possible for the next round to have the setbacks added? Whether it's a screening plan or some other plan, just to see what's proposed?
They're already on the plan.
The setbacks are?
She brought a plan this evening that has those items on it. You probably haven't seen it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
We're in the packet.
I didn't get that with my package. I didn't even get the photo.
I did.
Were they submitted or just brought in this evening?
It was submitted.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I had them, but
Yeah, I have them I have the pictures, but no, I have them. These you're talking about, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get those at all.
Like the chairman mentioned that, you want to see how it looks when the leaves are down. Yeah.
Well,
Okay, then
I would make a motion that we adjourn this matter to the November meeting.
I'll second that.
Motion by Frank, second by Fate, all in favor.
All right.
You're on for the November meeting. Which should be
Try to get the
third.
statements from those two neighbors and think about your screening. And then we're good to go.
Okay.
You see someone driving by slowly, it's us, okay?
Don't shoot.
It's a good time.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, excuse me. This is Edward Neighbor. And we're at 3105, so we're in front of you. We're in property. property. And we'd like to walk up to the site. In principle, we have no objection with the solar installation. But we would like to see what it looks effectively.
You know where he is? He's on the other side of Stanford Road.
Yes.
He's looking towards you.
Okay.
Okay, so that would be nice.
Just not to be difficult, but just to be cautious because we can, when the leaves aren't there, we can probably look up, see across the road, and see, but in general, we have no objection.
Okay. How do we get in touch with you?
You can just drive down our driveway, note, or get my home address, which is in the tax rolls.
Okay.
What's the name?
Newburgh,
Oh, Edward.
NEURG.
Is the New York address?
Yes,
What's the local address?
it's 3105 Sharon.
3105?
I think he said
3105.
105.
Mhm.
He should be the next driveway down from you, I think. On.
Correct.
Right. before.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And she's like cloning sometimes. Heather did not need to do another mail notice.
No.
right?
No,
Continued.
this is just continued.
Mhm.
Because
Okay.
we've just got more questions about it. There's no other issue with setbacks or anything.
All right, see.
That could be.
What?
The old Sims place?
I think so. I think so. One on the-
Right down the corner.
Right. Okay, Heather, so
Okay.
see Edward,
Mhm.
letters from the other two on the east side and some photos with the leaves down.
Mhm.
I'll
And,
try to.
Yep.
Use the same points.
okay,
Okay,
Okay.
Thank you very much.
it'll be, what's November 21st meeting,
Is that
right? November
Yeah,
21st,
November 23rd.
same time, 7:30.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out, Heather.
November 23rd.
We're almost there.
Is that
We're
right?
almost there.
So it must be 20
Second.
Yeah,
no, 21st.
so it's Tuesday, 21st. Yep.
I need a motion to close the meeting. I'll make the motion.
I'll second. Everybody seconds. Everybody seconded.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
You guys got this from the PhD.
Yeah.
I got it, I'm off the 21st.
So, if you get any points to that.
Starting to cook.
you know.
Oh.
Don't forget election
No
day.
votes needed.
No.
You know.
Give me that
It's
sign.
early voting starts.
That's fine.
Oh, I got it.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
From APRS.